Hello and welcome to this coding practice as a way to assess my weakness, to identify my weakness, and in the meantime, improving my coding skill, not for interview questions or interview coding, but also when it comes to provide solutions, do that in the most fast and efficient way possible. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly what the client is expecting from me. It's like, can you do the job? Can you work with them? Can you collaborate with us? Just to make a quick recap of the couple challenges that I have done. So the first challenge was to plus and minus to identify is here it was more like give me some statistic or a ratio of the positive, negative, or zeros given an array of integers. Okay, and that was something interesting to do. So the next challenge here, or the observation here was, well, how to use number primitive. What are the methods that you can use with number primitive? And also understand the problem. The next challenge was more to, this is the min and max. So figuring out figuring out is the mean sum of what? What's this? Which is this? Min and max sum. Okay. So give me the maximum. Give me the minimum and maximum sum or for exactly the four of five integers. Okay, so they give me an array of integer, and they say, hey, give me is of five elements, give me is the sum of the give me the minimum sum and the maximum sum from this segment. Okay, which was something interesting to do. And also I also look at some of my flaw here, especially with working with string, the sorting method, the shallow copy and the deep copy concepts, and how important it is. So shallow copy and deep copy, especially with shallow copy, it allows developers, or is a way of how you create a copy from an object, from the original objects, where their property and from the clone and the original object are shared. So as a way to work with this concept called immutability, meaning that don't mutate the original objects. In fact, you want is to create a clone that whatever you modify the property of the top level from this object, you don't modify the source objects. So the TLDR is that whatever change or enhancement you have to do to the applications, don't mutate the original object, or don't mutate anything that comes before you. A good example of this is when, for example, some of the original developers build the software, okay, and then the company hire you to assist with them, so you can enhance or bug fix some issues. Most of the time, that's what the vast majority of this company wants from junior and senior. Okay, is that the ability for them to actually is enhance the application or to solve some technical debt uh, is that wherever you do, don't break things. And the way to prevent that is understand how shallow copy works and also follow the solid principles. Okay, the solid principle here, solid principle. So the TLDR of the solid principle is that it allows you to build object-oriented programs that are scalable, that are that are adaptable. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. So this is this kind of principle that Uncle Bob here developed, Robert C. Martin, the Uncle Bob here, especially when you inherit all of this software where you don't own things here, especially from you don't have full ownership from the entire workflow. You just only have one particular responsibility here when it comes to bug fixes or adding features. Okay, so following these principles and understand especially how the JavaScript language works when it comes to shallow copy and deep copy, and how you can work with this. Because once you're doing a shallow copy from an object, okay, despite that the property from the copy object and the original are shared, so they share the same reference, when you reassign top level property of a copy, it doesn't affect the original object, which is great because now you can work with them to do certain kind of operation, adding numbers, concatenate strings, perform some computations, you name it. All right. And the other, okay, is if you need to work with nested property from the clone object or from this copy object, those references, especially if you reassign value from nested property of a copy object, those references will affect the original objects. So you have to be careful, especially when you're working with this. And this is the reason why, for example, concept coming from functional programming, like immutability and pure functions, is something great, especially as you enhance object-oriented programs. So the TLDR here is that knowing these solid principles as well as the shallow copy, the shallow copy in the deep clone, in the deep copy, especially in JavaScript, is a way to ensure that whatever change you do, it doesn't break the whole application. Okay, so you are working in that scope environment. So okay, great, cool. By the way, especially for JavaScript, for Java environments where they are heavily object-oriented programming, and a lot of things are shared, a lot of references are shared, and that kind of thing. So this is something very, very important to understand. That's one of the reasons why when I look here and how can I sort my array, you need to create a shallow copy from that, okay? And if you're going to work with the top elements, that's great. You won't mutate the original object, okay? But if you need to work with nested property, it is better to go down until you get the objects or array that you need to work on, and then do the operation, and then copy the object and do your work. All right. Cool, right? So the next challenge was the time conversion. Very, very interesting here because I refreshed my concept on Regex, which is, well, how you can define certain patterns, and especially when you need to work with string methods like match, replace, or test. You're gonna put is this particularly um, regular expression literal. So there are two ways of how you can use regex: passing a regular expression literal with a slash, or using the regex object. What is the subtle difference? So for example, if you know that things won't change, you can pass this literal, uh, the regex literal, and you can use that because it would perform at compilation time, where when you need some or when you need to do some dynamic check-ins uh, in your environment or in your test, it is better to use the regex object for that, at least from the documentation, the MDM. Okay, so so that's right, that's right. So the next was breaking the records. Pretty straightforward. The observation here is that, especially when you are going to solve a problem, calm your mind, calm your mind, understand the problem, and then is when you're going to offer a solution for that. Okay? So all of these observations is something that I'm going to apply for the next challenge, which is camelCase. All right, here we are. camelCase is a naming style convention in many programming languages. In Java, methods and variables name typically start with lowercase letter, with all subsequent words starting with a capital letter. For example, start thread, and this is a convention from Java. They're using the camelCase. Names of class follow the same pattern except that they start with the capital letter blue car. Your task is to write a program that create or split camelCase variables, method, and class name. Pretty straightforward, okay? Pretty straightforward. And here we're gonna create is a program that split camelCase variable, methods, and class name. So each line of the input file will begin with an operation S and C. Okay. Each line of the file input will begin with an operation S and C, followed by a semicolon, followed by M and C, or V, followed by a semicolon by the words you will need to operate on. The operation will either be S split or C combine. M indicate methods, C indicate class, and V indicate variables. Okay, so each line of the input file will begin with an operation S or C, followed by a semicolon. Semicolon is okay, semicolon. Okay, followed by an M and C. Okay, split or combine, followed by M and C. Okay, M indicate method, C indicate class, or V indicate variable, followed by a semicolon, followed by the words you'll need to operate on. M's indicate methods. In the case of split operations, the word will be a camelCase method. The word will be a camelCase method, class or variable name that you need to split into the space delimited list of words starting with lowercase. Again, in the case of split operations, the word will be a camelCase method. Okay. A camelCase method, class or variable. Name, okay, name that you need to split into space delimited list of words, starting with a lowercase letter. Okay, so the word will be camelCase method, class or variable named name that you need to split into a space delimited list of words, starting with a lowercase letter. In the case of a combined operations, the word will be space delimited list of words. Okay. So in case of these two operations, you get a split. The words will be a camelCase method, and in the case of combined operation, the word will be a space delimited list of words. Okay. Starting with the lower letter. Starting with the lower letters that you need to combine into the appropriate camelCase string. Method should end with an empty set of parentheses to differentiate them from variables name. This is the input format. Output format is this. So for each input line, your program should print either the space delimited list of words in the case of split operation, or the appropriate camelCase string in the case of combined operation. So we have two operations that we need to do here. Okay. One of them is the so one of them is the operation, exactly. So operation, okay. So if the operation is exactly, so if the operation is split or combine, split or combine. So operation is split or combine. So you gotta do this, split or combine. Okay, so this is the operation we're gonna do. Operations. So based on these operations, okay, we're gonna perform certain things. Okay, in the case of a split operation, the word will be a camelCase. The word will be a camelCase method, class, or variable name that you need to split into separate delimited list of words. So you need to separate that in. So when it comes, so if it is a split operation, okay, so you will need to split into a space delimited list of words. Space delimited list of words, starting with lowercase. Space delimited list of words. Space delimited list of words. Okay. Okay. Space delimited list of words. So this is the output for this. Okay. Plastic space delimited list of words. Okay. However, if the operation is combined, as a combinatory, the word will be a space delimited list of words. Okay. The word will be a split delimited list of words. The word will be a split delimited list of words, and the output for this will be is something that I mentioned here. And the output, so the word will be a space delimited list of words starting with lowercase letter that you need to combine into appropriate camelCase. Okay. Output. For each input line, your program should print either the space delimited list of words in the case of a split operation, or the appropriate camelCase string in the case of a combined operation. Makes sense. And we're going to receive is this. Okay. Okay. If there is a split, okay. So if there is a split operation, so we're gonna receive is the first element of what are the operations that we want to do. Okay. So the first element of this element here is the operation, which is coming from here. So the first element in the array, okay, operation, and it will be followed by that. Okay. 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 So what we can do is something like this. So if the operation is equal to the this, to the operations, the first position, which is this, then what we're gonna get is the input. We're gonna split the input, which is we're gonna have this. We're gonna get this. This will be our split array. Okay, and this split array will contain is the input. One that I want is to split per column here, split array. Okay, or we can do something like this. So this is a split array. Okay, so split methods in a string, it will actually create value taking a parameter here into string order and superarray string, but the return value an array of a string split of each point whether the separator occur in the given string. So meaning we're gonna get is a new one split. Okay, that's right. So in this case we're gonna get is an array of strings split at each point where the separator occur. So we're gonna get an array of string where each separator elements occur. Meaning that with this split array, we're gonna do the same. We can do this. So what is the kind of operation? Okay. Okay. So what is the kind of operation? From the split array 0. Okay. So the operation that we want to do, as well as the I'm gonna call this so it's a class. Is class. Okay. So here you can say split array at the second position, or in this case 1, is this actually match method. I mean it's class. Okay, so is class. We're gonna also do this for the is class, is method. Okay, is method, and the other is the is variable. Is variable. Okay, so now that we know the kind of type, okay, and the operation that we're gonna do here, we can also define some variables here, like is split operation. Okay, is split operation. So for example, split array at the, or we can do something like this. So operation match the split. Okay, it's a split operation, or is a combinatory operation, right? So it's a combinatory operation. Something I mentioned here is combine operation, right? Meaning is this. All right. Okay. So now what we can do is this. So if the operation is split operation, okay, so if it's split operation, now we can do this. And the other is if is combine operation, now we can do this. So now that we have our two main operations that we need to do, okay, as booleans, okay, because after all, match, that's what return. So I will argue that match return that. Return a value, but it return a value, but I want us to use tests in this case. Tests, exactly. Return true or false. Exactly. So we can use in this case test, not match. So test, because its return is a boolean. So if it's string, which is what we're gonna do here, it's a split combination, it's split. That's right. Okay. So if this is a split operation, okay, and if this is a method, okay, so if this is a split operator, and if this is a method, and this is method, okay, all right, and if is method, and if is method, so what we're gonna do here is to now get the splitted array from the third position. So if we remember, well, actually we got is the zero position is the method, at the zero position, because what we're doing is a split is into an array So a split and let's split and a string, or a split and input, where it's split an input where the return value will be an array of the given, and this is something interesting to explain that here, like that, is this. An array of string split at each point where the separator occurs in the given string. Okay? So what we're doing here with a split array is that you're gonna get an array of a string based on the based on the separator string that occur in the given array. So because of that, and we're making sure that we receive this particular pattern. So the first element here, or the zero at the zero position, is the operations. The second is the type, okay, method, variable, or class, and then the second operation here is where we're going to contain is the value to actually do the operation here. Okay, so here, if this is a method, so what we're going to do is to say method output, okay, or whatever, or we can say is method output, where here we're gonna now split this, okay, by this, or so by doing is split this, we're gonna get is here, but also we can do something like this. We're gonna split if there is a uppercase. Interesting. So we got here the uppercase. We can use some regex here, because split also, as said, is regular expression. I'm assuming that separator exactly is also a regular expression here. So because of that, we can say, hey, I want you to split this array, okay, based on a camel, an uppercase. So let's go to the regex here, regex, and especially we want to say, hey, I want you to get that, I want you to split this string by that. No, in fact is regular expression reference here, like this. So I just want is to identify is the first occurrence of a assertion, look head assertion, looking behind assertion, word boundary here, atoms, back reference, capturing groups. No, this is atoms, character class. Okay, wildcards in disjunction. I want you to split is the array by this particular pattern. So I want you to so I want you to okay, this actually is not helping me right now. Is the regular expression guide here? Okay, but what I want to do here is character class. character class, because I want us to combine this. A character class matches any one of the enclosed character. Okay, matches any one of the enclosed characters, but I want us to use for camelCase. So is this. So I want to pass here is a console regex what do you say, capitalize word. Okay, so regex capitalize word like this, and here we're gonna pass this. So whenever you find this particular pattern A and C, okay, uppercase, so I want you to split given this, okay. So regex capitalize words, so like this, and allegedly here we're supposed to get is something like method output. Here we're supposed to have the first occurrence where we're going to pass something. We're supposed to output is we should have is two array with whatever name it is and the split word. Okay, so we run the code here, and it says split array one dot test is not a function. Wait, what? For real? Test is not a function. Test is not a function. Test is not a function. But in this class, test is not a function. In string, Jesus, no, test, not in regex, in a string. Okay. Oh, okay. Really? Test. Okay, test is not a function in string. So what I can do here is using the array test for that. Oh, come on. Array test. Oh, come on, for real? String. Okay. So we got match, split, but we don't get test. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, match. Yeah, but what? Where did I look at that? Let me take a look at here the shallow copy here for a moment. Object create. No. Replace search. Search. Test. Man, what the hell? Two lowercase string. Start with. What the? Search. No, replace, repeat, raw, path, and match all. Locale compare. Index of. Is well formed. Fit in with concat. Gather. Add. What? Am I hallucinating, man? Repeat, replace, search, slide, or match. To upper lowercase, to string, to uppercase, to well-formed string. Match. Exactly, but it's return a. Yeah, the environment is saying me. Hey, this actually is not. No, no, no. What did it? Okay, where did I look at the test, by the way? Anyway, okay. Perhaps include here. Includes might do the trick here. Exactly, exactly. Includes here. Okay. So include method here. It's supposed to work. Okay. Yeah, wrong answer. Okay. Yeah, because the first. Okay. 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 So it's split operation. Okay, and if combinatory. Okay, because you said combinatory. It's a combinatory method. We're gonna transform that into this. But if we receive this, hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, this sample test, yeah, I get it. The input sample that we're getting is like, anyway. Oh, I forgot to put the timer here. I forgot to put the timer here. Timer. I don't know why you. Anyway. Okay. Alright, alright. Ah, but okay, so we. Okay. Alright. Okay. No, I just want to put this at test, you know? I just want to put this at test, especially here. Especially when you have is this. I want to now do something like this. Because I want to test this quickly, especially when you have this particular case. So if I say this as a string, and then I say, hey, I want you to split this pair, any capital letter you find here, exactly. You're actually doing that, which is kind of what we wanted, you know, kind of what we wanted. The thing here is that we also want to know is what was that character. You know what I mean? We also want to know what was that character. So how can I know that? Okay, by saying is, well, now give me that letter exactly. Okay, so because this is one, so if this is a split operation, and now we have to handle this several use case, like is method. Okay, so if this is a method, this is what we want to get. Okay, Regex capitalized word. I want is to get is the method array string. Okay, so I want to get the method array string, which is exactly using is this, and also I want to get is the capitalized letter, which is capitalized letter, or capitalized character in this case. How so? By reading this here. Okay. So to improve readability here, we can say it's like, hey, I want this to name. Okay. So const name. And here is we're gonna get is this. Makes a lot of sense. So now we are improving its readability. Okay. So name dot split like that. So get me this value here. So name split capitalized, in name name match with that particular character. Okay, and because it returned an array, I want you to give me the value from that. Okay, so now with this, so what is the output? So here we're going to return, okay. So here we're going to return is the result, which is in this case is the process data. So like this, so we get the result, okay. And here is where we're going to combine this. So because if this is a split operation and it is a method, we want is to split that, we wanted to output that in a separate, as a string, right? Or as an array. I think this is a string. As a string, like using template interpolation here, as a string, like where you're gonna get is now the method array, okay, which you're gonna have is the first position, so again, to improve readability here, method array. Here we're gonna get is the regex method array string, okay. And here we're gonna get is the method name, or exactly initial, or to actually do that operation at once, method name here. So the method name here will be is, well, the combination of this is the method array string at the first position where we contain is the plastic here for this case, the plastic, and also we're going to concatenate that with the giving it a space. This is the capitalized character, okay, and we want this character is to lower case character, to lowercase character, a lowercase character, exactly, meaning is this capitalized character we're going to lowercase this. So this method actually works. So to lowercase. So to lowercase here, but with a space here. Okay. And okay. And also lowercase char, and also we want us to do something here. I want us to get only it will be segment method last portion, or method last name, okay. And this method last name, the only thing that we want from this, okay, is which is 0, 1, I mean, is up, but we want is this to be split by this character. and only give me the one, the first position of that, which is the entire things like this. So you're gonna say is now from the method array string, you're gonna split that. No, from the method array string, you're gonna get me is now the second position, and you're gonna split that. You're gonna split that into this character because it's the method name, and only get me is the first position here. Provide me the value. So now what I have this is method array first, which contain is the name here, method array string plus the lowercase here, okay, followed by the method last name, and this is what we're going to return, method name. Again, this is just for one operation here. This become quite lengthy and verbose, by the way. However, if the is class, however, if this is class, or is variable. So what we're gonna do, because we want to do is a split operation here, we're going to receive is that. Yeah, we're going to receive is that. Okay, so they're different. Okay. So now if this is class, okay, so the first letter, so what we can do is to split our split our string. So here we're gonna get is the string string. This is class name string, a class name array, where we're gonna split that name. Okay, we're gonna split that. Following is this regular expression here, AC, but for any occurrence that you find. So for example, if we're doing this, so we get is this string, and we want to split that, but for any occurrence, so one or more occurrence, here, for one or more occurrence, I can group this, okay, to be more comprehensible, at least for the Regex perspective. So we got is, what the heck? We got is this. Oh, we got an empty space here. No, we got an empty space. Okay. Okay. We can in fact, okay, identify them, okay, so we can identify them for that, right? So it means that we're gonna get this array, okay, class name array, uh, like this. Okay, and flat meaning remove any white space or when any empty space in the array here. Splice. Okay, so what we can do here, okay, is this class name array, name.split here. So you're gonna get is this array, okay? You're gonna get this array where you're going to when I wanna make sure that I'm getting what I'm going to make sure that I'm getting is the phrase or the sentence, or in this case it can be characters or words. When I want to get this word, I want to check if the word is different to an empty. So I want to make sure that I actually get all of the proper here, like this. Okay, large software plan. So the funny thing here is that now that I get this, the cool part of this is that now that I get this string, what I can do is to, because we have this particular pattern here, so all odd numbers, alright, so all odd numbers will contain is the capital letter. Okay, we can now do this. So you can iterate for all of these elements, and if this is an uppercase letter, you're gonna convert that into, okay, so what you can do here is that so at the first time construct this element, and then on the second time iterate this. So what you can do here, okay, is now that you have this class name array, okay, now you want to construct is a particular output. So the output here is you get this string separated, so that you got this string lowercase and with separate with blank space. Okay, so what will be the easiest one? So you can get this element. Okay, so you can get the first element to actually construct the name here, or in this case you can say is let class name, where the first time is, well, I want to get the class name where this is an lowercase uppercase to lowercase, uh, to lowercase, okay, and now I'm going to iterate through the array, okay. So by iterating through the array, and I'm gonna say, hey, is this a uppercase? So by iterating to the, no, you're not gonna help me here. Anyway, for wow, but acquire a lot of time without using this. Because the whole point of this is to well, what we can do here is, so here class name will be something like this. So this is the class name array, okay. We're gonna iterate through all of these elements to do this, okay. So what we're gonna do? So here we got is our word or string chunk, chunk, string chunk, chunk. So if that string chunk, if that string chunk, okay. So if that string chunk, okay, includes, because after all this is on a string, include is a, here let me define this. So is uppercase, and here this is a regular expression to actually identify if this is a lowercase, okay, for this, okay. So if this chunk includes is uppercase letter, yeah, uppercase letter. So if this string chunk includes an uppercase letter, if it is, well, we want to okay, so we want to transform that string chunk to lowercase, okay. Because if this is the first time that you're actually iterating to the array, which is the index, so if the index is equal to 0 and string chunk include is uppercase letter, which is true, so there is actually no need to do this. So we're making sure that the first time of this index we always get the string chunk as an uppercase, making that assumption. If it is, okay, cool. Now transform that into lowercase. Okay, return string to lowercase. Cool. Cool. Now you're gonna return the string to lowercase. Mm-hmm. However, if now the string chunk, okay, so this is for now is the index. Because things started to make quite interesting here when it comes to working with this. So what we're doing here, what we want to do is to get this. So form is a portion, for a portion, for a portion, for a portion. So group them, okay? Group them. So I want to say is that, hey, I want this and the second group, merge them and add a, yeah, and add a space after that. So okay, that might be another approach here. Okay, that might be another approach here. When you say, you know what, for this group 0 and 1, I want you to do this. For 2 and 3, I want you to do this. So a reduce function might do that trick here. Okay, meaning is a class name array.reduce. This reduce function might help us here vastly. How so? By saying something like this. So the accumulator and the letter and the current value or instead of using a reduce function, because it can be quite confusing, especially if you have to teach that to others, what you can do is this. Find me or filter, okay, filter all of these elements, filter all of these words, and give me only the words that are that include is the uppercase. Okay, so is letter uppercase. Okay, is letter uppercase. How do you know that? By passing is this regular expression. So is letter uppercase by is letter uppercase. If it is, cool, we already get this, meaning that the return for this, once you apply, is a filter, and then again a new filter with word that is word include this particular regular expression, which is a this particular pattern. Come on. Okay. In this particular pattern, oh my god, you got it. A or C uppercases. And I want to bind that to a property here, which is called the uppercase array or uppercases. Okay, and say, hey, valid can First can be a regular expression. What? Type, invalid type first can be a regular expression. What? With includes? Interesting, okay. Match. Okay, so match. Declaration of counts. Oh my god, here we go. So uppercase one is this. That's right. So it's actually match. So we got is exactly all of the uppercases here. No, all of the upper cases, letters, uppercase letters. Okay, and then I want the words, which is let. Which is then I want is a word, which is hey, words. Now here we're gonna pass the class name array, and we're gonna filter this time is with any word that is different that don't match here the is letter uppercase, meaning that if we're applying this filter, so for example to the oh shit, we do have that here. Okay, so I need to assign this to a variable here, which is let names. Okay, and here with this name, now we're going to apply this filter. So I don't want to repeat myself here. No, man, I don't want to repeat myself here. Okay, and here is this. So evaluate this expression here. So you can evaluate this expression here. Exactly. So we're talking is here. Hey, like this. Okay. What we get actually is the word. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is to construct actually the name for this. So the method name, now the class name here is something like this. So the first time we're iterating, since they have the same length, okay? So these two arrays actually have the same length, and most of the time they will have the same length, okay? Well, we can do is this. We can is now combine those two arrays. Pretty much, yeah. How so? By doing something like this. So here's where we combine the name, the class name. Combine the class name. So how? By iterating through the first element. I don't know why it doesn't autocomplete me for. Thanks. That's all. So for the first element, we're going to iterate until the words dot length okay, and we're gonna do is this. So combine the class name. So here what we're doing is, hey, you know what? We're gonna get the first element from this uppercase, transform into a lowercase. So here is the class name, which is an empty array, an empty string. And we're gonna do this. So do you remember the uppercase letter here? So the uppercase letter here, okay, at that position, and also the words at that position, okay. So what we're gonna do is class name, the beginning is to transform that to lowercase, all right. And then we're going to combine that or concatenate that. Jesus freaking, okay. And we're going to concatenate that with this, plus we're going to pass is an empty string. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. And that's what we want to do here. So now that we form that we create that, makes sense. So now that you combine the class name, or you create a class name, this is when you're going to return the class name. All right. And again, all of this, Jesus. And again, all of this is just for is method, is class, and the other is for if this is a split operation, and this is a split operation with variable, kind of the same logic here, kind of the same logic here. Kind of the same logic here, by the way. Kind of the same logic here is this class. Kind of the same logic, again, it's kind of. it's not the same. For example, exactly, because it's kind of the same logic here. So we want is the class name array for that. You know, it's kind of the same here. Again, it's kind of the same here. If this is variable, okay. If this is variable here, yeah. So if this is variable here, just kind of the same here. What we want to do here. Is uppercase, but in this case is variable name array, okay. But here the first position we're gonna get is, so we're gonna actually do the same. We're gonna filter that for that. So kind of do the same here. Kind of do the same here. Kind of. So because when you're gonna do that, and then you want us to actually find the uppercase, you're gonna find is the, you want to have is a collection here. You want to have a collection of uppercase letter here. In this particular case is with variable array name. So meaning, let's go to assign this to a variable here. So let here is a variable name array here. So here we're gonna pass this. So we got this variable name array here. So we're gonna apply some filter to this, by the way. I think the username is not defined. Why is not defined? What is not defined? Is letter uppercase? Okay, it's letter uppercase here because it's actually is this particular regular expression pattern. Yeah, because come on. Is this okay? Do it. What did you do? Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. What the hell is it? Enough. Oh, really? Oh, so there's some missing. Okay. Syntax error, declaration of. Oh my god. So, but in any case, it's going to run this again. Exactly. So you're gonna get is, but here you're gonna get is only this array. All right. And with the variable name here, but now to actually know is those that are here exactly. So here for the words, now in order to create the variable name class here, which is this. Create a class name or creates the variable name. Okay. When it comes to create the variable name here, in this case is variable name. So first, so now the strings are not the same. So they don't have the same length. So what we can do, glad you ask. Glad you ask. So what we can do is to do something like this. Because the word we want is to unshift. The question is, this unshift actually modify the original object? So unshift and it returns a new array of that. But this is no, I want is to shift. Exactly. But shift remove the first element from an array. Exactly. That's what I want to. I want to remove the first element in the array and get me that. So remove the first element in the array, and it provide me is yep, and return the removed element. The method change the length of the array, which is what I want. Okay, it's exactly what I want. So change the length of the array for this particular case. Okay, and then now I can iterate to the array with the same length. So I can do this like this. Where's that length? And here we're going to now construct and here now I can construct is the variable name for that. Okay, so this is by iterating to the uppercase letter completely at that position. Okay, so lowercase that and then the words at the current position. Yep, so we got now the collection at the same length, and that's all. So then we're gonna return is the variable name. Again, all of this is just for dealing the is a split operation. Now when it comes to is combine operations, sorry. Now when it comes to is combine operation like this, okay, meaning that when it's a combine operation, we need to pass that in that particular format. Holy moly. Cannot read property of undefined, read into lowercase. But enter here into this variable because we're gonna do is split operation with the variable here. iPad. So it says on the variable here, which is here on the variable, uppercase letter, in variable name, uppercase letter to lowercase, to lowercase. Really? Uppercase letter in this case, which is the variable name filter, okay. What the F? So uppercase, that's right. So before this, the uppercase letter is the logic here. And why it doesn't match this? Okay, because we need to return if that element exists. This in theory is supposed to work. Is the letter uppercase? Uppercase letter. So in the uppercase letter you should have is that. But we don't have anything. Interesting. about the variable name array? Because it might come from name. But this is interesting because variable name array and we're missing is the uppercase letter here. And we're missing is the uppercase letter here. So uppercase letter, and we don't have that. Interesting. Where we're supposed to have that, by the way. And it is interesting because exactly this is the expected behavior. That's right. This is the expected behavior, and then I need is to get the uppercase letter for this. This means like split this, name is split this, where is letter but is this. Okay. So what I'm doing here is just getting properly is all different. But now I need to get is the uppercase letters, my friend. But it must come from the name. Okay? This must come from the name here. So I need to split them. So I need to split them because you can take the entire name here. Okay, name split by its letter uppercase. Which is what we want. Variable name array. But this variable name array doesn't contain, only contain is lower cases. But we also want is to contain is the upper cases. So here we need to split this. Okay, we need to split this. But where this condition does not satisfy, the meaning is that is lowercase. Is lower is letter lowercase, okay, meaning is this. And once we are doing this, now we make sure that we are able to split that property. But it is funny, it contains some followed by this. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so things started to become quite interesting here. Because here we're splitting is variable name. Okay? Variable, we can say is lower or words array. Okay? Words. So by you doing this, words, okay? There you got it. Words array Yeah, but sure. Okay, man. E and A and R and A then. It's because we need to get rid of this strange character. Let me handle this particular use case here, at least for the variable. So we have is letter uppercase, is lowercase. Okay. So by doing this, okay. So by doing this, for example, which is split operation a variable, split operation variable like this. Okay, what can we do here? You got this as a string, and then you want to split this by you want to split this by lowercase uppercases, okay, and also for lower cases. All right. Okay. That's all. So for these lower cases, you're gonna filter those words that are different from word. that the words are different from an empty space. Okay, so you get this. Mhm. Okay, so the logic here quite changed, because now that you have this and with one, okay, so now that you get this, so it's letter uppercase and lowercase. So when we want to see words uppercase or words lowercase, or lowercase words. Okay, so you want lowercase word to be like this. Name split, in this case name split is letter uppercase lowercase words. Okay, is letter uppercase. You want is a lowercase words, and filter that to get only the data that we want. And then I want is to do this, is letter, or is, in this case, is upper case letters, exactly. But here you're gonna do is this, name split is letter lowercase, and then you filter out to only get is the proper data. So now that you get this, and again this contains different lengths, by the way, you know that the first lowercase item here, okay, you know that the first lowercase item here is this. It will contain is this. So meaning is this. So what you can do is just to shift from this lowercase, and now we can make sure to actually iterate whatever elements with whatever length here we need to, because after all we have these two collection of the same length, and one is to construct this. Okay, so variable name will be variable name plus the uppercase. In this case it is the uppercase letter to lowercase, because we want us to do a split operation to lowercase. Okay, like this, to lowercase plus the lowercase words in that particular place, and then you're gonna add this space, and this is what you want to return. So if I run this code, it's saying, hey, no, you got the wrong answer. But I want this to now look at what's going on here. Console.log console.error variable name. So we got E. Okay. Okay. No problem. So this lowercase completed, and that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, especially here when you print that at that moment you got is the I and app. Interesting. Okay. And you have some shit here. C and C, which are not relevant to this. I'm gonna fucking remove whatever last element you got here. I don't know what it is, but you're adding some weird string to that. So yeah, it's like what the freaking. I want to pop. Yeah, I want to pop whatever element you are adding to it. Pop that. Remove that. I don't know if that's actually for lowercase. It's actually doing that, and I don't know why. But for some reason, you have something weird in the string. You know, it's like, oh my god, it's like, okay, okay. It's like we need to trim this shit. Alright, okay, so remove exactly from string in JavaScript. We are passing is oh my god. Exactly, we get is this. So replace this. It's like replace with all of this particularly characters, man, that we're passing. You know, especially in the last element. So we need to do some data treatment also. So we need to do some data treatment here. Especially for the last element. So we need to do some data treatment here. Jesus fuck. Okay. Because the way how it actually, so replace actually iterates through the entire array. So replace Okay, okay. Here we're receiving is the name with some sort of shit, bro. We're receiving is the name with some sort of shit, bro. Replace. Jesus. Exactly. Replace is any new line with an empty string. It's like Jesus freaking bloody man. Okay. Alright. Much freaking better. God damn it. Okay. Okay, so now we can actually do this. So variable name plus doing this. In here, okay, we're supposed to actually print that as a spec. So that's right, but we want is to show that is a split operation, which is cool. So we actually, so we did, okay. So we actually fulfill is the first, holy shit. So we actually fulfill is the first use case. Okay, is variable. Okay, is letter uppercase, is letter lowercase, uppercase, and that kind of thing. Create a variable name for that. You unshift that. So in terms of logic, we are good. Okay, in terms of logic, we are good, especially when we need to work with certain type of data structure and how so, that kind of thing. But again, our main issue is decision making and regular expression. Okay, okay, man. Okay. So that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.